into the last couple of events of what's been an absolutely stonking season on the KLPGA Tour. She takes it to 2 under par. Second birdie of her round, yet to drop a shot to date. And Igaya. Back to Park Hye-jun. 3 finished last week for her. Just came up short in her bid to go wire to wire. There's best. Finds herself split apart through the early stages of the HITE JINRO Championship. And the returning Ina, sponsored by the JINRO Corporation. Time winner. KLPGA Tour has only contested the Samdasu Masters 2025. Playing the trade mostly stateside on the LPGA Tour. That's beautiful. Good shot there from Yunina. Performance here. Sponsors event. Okay, Hyun-jo. Left rough here. A little awkward. Ball below her feet, sitting down. Slip that leading edge out. Undercooks that a fraction. He's played it too well, you can say. First player to successfully defend a major on the Korean tours is Park Hyun-kyung. KLPGA Championship enjoys back-to-back victories. So, to end her day with a birdie, Min Jong. Tracking on a pretty good line, just falls off a little low. But take nothing away from her. It's been a really good opening round of 69. So well placed after the opening round for a second week in a row. Lee Dong-eun, winner of the Korean Women's Open at Rainbow Hills back in June. Herself 1 under. It's the tour in driving distance, so no surprise she's only got a little flip wedge into 13. Advantage of it. That's a poor shot from that range. Jump across to the 15th. Sung Yoo-jin, who's also battling late on Championship Sunday at Bears Best. A good birdie there for Sung, moves her back to even par. Continues to have problems on this 12th. Lee Hyun-jo now playing 4. It looks like she should be able to limit the damage to just a single drop shot. Chance here on 18 for So Yeon-jung to end her day in red figures. And she'll take it. Birdie there. That's way to close with back-to-back birdies. She'll sign for a 71. Lee Dong-eun about a millimetre off the green, but I think this is the right shot here. Gonna chip this one. If she had to putt it, she'd have to roll through quite a bit of fringe. That is very nicely played indeed from the 21-year-old. said it last week, good time of the year to be finding some form in your game, and Min Jung certainly enjoying a good purple patch just as we head into the autumn months in South Korea. Great start to the championship for her. Back to Hong Jung-min. Really good birdie look here at the par 4. It's moving a little to her right. Yeah. No shortage of birdies, and she ended off the championship a couple weeks ago. 29 under par. That was some good scoring at the Hankukilbo Championship. Shinsil actually answer with a birdie of her own. Just a little firm to that line. The Bang Shinsil fan club certainly added a couple of more members this year. Gaining great popularity with some brilliant performances. You saw that second shot on 13. This is where it ended up. Take it 3 under par, and this would make it a 6-way tie for second. Not going to get there surely. Just lacked a little conviction. Tremendously powerful player, this young lady. Just going with 3-wood, being sensible on 13. So, with 3-wood. Joe. Birdie that she needed there. Yun Ina takes the wrong side of par. So we coming up the hill to 12 with a 6-iron. Just hard to hold the front segment of the green when you're coming in with that long a club. Just through the fairway. And it looks like she might have a couple of issues from the overhanging tree limbs in front of her. She could go left of it. We'll have to see. She does have enough room to work with should she try and flight this. Line at the front of the green, get it chasing. birdie at the par 4 14th. The other players going with less than driver around this really tight, winding back nine. Requires more precision than pyrotechnics. See if we found the middle of the fairway. We're at 13. And Joe just got the wedge. Right on the limit for her if she can get it there. It's one of those things where you go, you should have hit 9. Hopefully he was paying attention there. Can't see the bottom of the flagstick from this low point back in the fairway. She'll be delighted when she gets up to the green. That's a beautiful shot. Ultimately a good par save back at the 13th. Has kept Idongen on 14 at 1 under as she steps up to the 14th tee. It's one of those courses on the KLPGA Tour that really forces you to have to work your ball both directions and think your way around a golf course. Can't really overpower Blue Heron, especially those closing 4 holes. You could get into those closing 4 at 3 under if this one drops. Oh, it tried. Just. Looking hole from up on the tee, the 16th hole. So we find Bae So Hyun heading for a birdie. Currently finds herself 1 under and will have to make that little 4-footer to stay that way. Victories on tour last season for Bae, all coming in playoffs and all taking exactly 3 holes. Looks like Joe has found that awkward little bunker short of the 13th, or left of the 13th green. Let's have a look at the technique here. Try and get as low as possible, lower the hands, grip of the club, so that opens up the club face as much as humanly possible. And with all that loft, you've got to take a pretty big aggressive swing. Slide that club head underneath the ball through the sand as quick as possible. That's how you get it to pop up high. Really good technique, but to be fair, never should have been in that bunker in the first place. Came up just short to die on at 12, but fairly straightforward little chip shot. He's always possessed brilliant touch around the greens in Daeon. You don't win good regularity without a handy short game. Hong Jung Min just through the back of the green at 13. There's this for birdie through the fringe and just coming uphill slightly, so can play it with speed. Didn't hear me about the speed part. It's going to be a little slow, so work to be done for both Hong and you. Seung Hui back on 12 with his downhill left to righter for her birdie. Oh, and it finds the target. Roh Seung Hui putting on a display with that putter. to start this back nine. Very good rookie season last year for Yu Hyun-jo. A major title and rookie of the year points as well. And it's been no such case of a sophomore slump. She's had an excellent 2025. Currently finds himself inside the top 5 on both the money and the points list coming into this week. Trying to do what Ewon did 2 years ago after winning Rookie of the Year to win Player of the Year. And that would be something. But you can't be making sloppy mistakes and bogeys like that if she wants to replicate what Yewon did. Now to 15. Brilliant second to get it that close a birdie in goal, but can't capitalise. Jim, it's 7-9. That is nicely played, just out to the heart of the green. Good clever shot there for Park. To capitalise on that opportunity back at 13. She'll create another good one for herself at 14. Just the wrong side of the ridge. Wow. That just wants to move a little right as it gets to the hole. Right in the middle for Bang Chin-sil. Good birdie there. Keeps Bang to 3 under par. Dominic was a little shy of the distance control back at 13. Just got to make sure you get it past that little slope. And the 14th, especially to today's pin. A little short, but no harm done there. Jumping in a bit more in this par putt than she would have liked, I'm sure. But she'll handle it nicely. Despite a bit of a poor tee shot, Ong Jong-min can walk off with par. It really is a tucked hole location. On that green, you can see there's some pretty thick rough that players have to do their very best to avoid around this Blue Heron Golf Club. Having to negotiate a number of, I wouldn't call them blind approach shots, but just shots where you can't see the bottom of the flagstick. Always takes a little bit of guesswork and certainly great trust in the numbers that your caddy is providing you. This is Im Hee-jung. Two-time major champion on the KLPGA Tour. Just struggled over the last few seasons with consistency. She's 2 over at the moment. Just a little long. That's just the difference there. Pete Hee-jung hits that within 4 or 5 feet. Just a little loose now through the back, and It requires a bit of touch to get up and down for par. Back to Lee Dong-eun on 14 for her birdie. This repair for me. She's a little right. I'm sure she pulled that or it's just a shocking read. Shinsil got the hybrid on 14 too. Just keep this one down the right half of the fairway. Hopefully Ina was paying attention to what Lee Dong-eun's putt did or didn't do. Oh, this is at the same spot and left. Some very poor putts, you have to say. Some high quality players. To the par 5 closing hole in Park Bo-kyom from a long ways back. 159 meters to go, add in the elevation, so this is closer to 165, almost 170. Very nicely played from Bo-kyom. Down the hill, birdie on 14. Wow, good birdie there. Nicely read and nicely rolled for Park Hye-jin. We'll take it back to 3 under. Only one on tour this year, coming at the Lotte Open. The beginning of July. Lee Dae-yeon. Poor tee shot to miss this wide fairway at 13. Now not much green to work with on this angle, but takes it straight at the target with some beautiful distance control. Dae-yeon will give herself an excellent birdie look. Dong-eun to tidy things up for par at 14. No mistakes. And a brand new Maserati Gracciole hole-in-one prize on the 17th. Of course, it should be said it's for the first player to make an ace at this hole. Tee shot when conditions get a little tough, a little breezy. Elevated tee, being surrounded by water. Got to put a good solid swing on it. Min-belt on the tee with a 7-iron. Look good to her in the air. Excellent stuff. Had the best year. Built a couple of runner-ups last season, but solid weeks have been hard to come by in 2025. Up to Bo-kyom, looking to put the shine on a solid start to her championship. A birdie putt on the last. And she'll get it Great opening round of 69 leaves Park Wo-kyom at 3 under. ENG. 19 times a winner on the KLPGA Tour. That one pitched on dry land. That red flag indicates it may have just trickled back into the penalty area, so problems there for Park. Championship 2 years ago for her lone major title, year 1. Finds herself 1 under par, having a solid day, yet to drop a shot this afternoon. Even better. Windbills. So there for year 1. Playing so nicely in the first half of the year. Just quite hasn't been able to replicate that in the second half of the season. Still, a lot of time to pick up valuable points. She wants to defend Player of the Year honors for a 3rd straight season. Back on the 14th. Easiest putt to leave yourself is just past the pin and a little right. That's the spot where we saw Yoon Ina and Lee Dong-eun misread their putts from. See if Jungmin can figure that one out. Somewhere in that bunker on the 13th hole is Roh Seung-hui. Really got some good height on that. Wonderful touch from the short side. Shinso off a slight downslope here on 14, so this is going to come in a little bit lower, a little flatter trajectory. Wonderful Sunday finish to last week's Hana Financial Group Championship. Lee Dae-yeon and the Australian Minjee Lee battling it out for the 2nd time in 3 years. There's Bess and Dae-yeon getting the better of the number 3 again. Excellent second shot. Lead to a birdie 3 from Lee Dae-yeon. Wherever in the world you're watching our coverage of this opening round, we thank you for joining us here at Blue Heron. As far as I know, furthest place where we're available right now, Comox, Canada. So welcome, my goodness. You were up late if that's the case. I'll be treated to some pretty good golf this opening round. A lot of high quality players finding themselves up on the front page of the leaderboard. Roh Seung-hui got the low round working on the golf course. They're all trying to chase down Park Do-young, but we've got Kim Min-byul as well. Hong Jung-min, and of course this lady, Kang Shin-sil, who's seeking her 4th victory on tour this season. So leave her par. Great up and down. Good tidy save. Keeps Rowe within one. To the 15th. Players can go with the driver here. Just gotta keep it away from that trouble right of this fairway. Get a little extra distance from this elevated tee. Looks like Wang Yo-min has a good birdie look coming up on this 17th. She's at 2 over par, could use it. And she'll have it. Vital birdie there. She wins on her resume. Take her back to just 1 over par. The lady who once reached 4th in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. Shinso, a long-time teammate. Team South Korea. Also misses it left. That is a very curious little spot. A lot of players misreading that, but misreading it quite badly. Well, after a couple of claustrophobic tee shots, it must be nice for Lee Dong-eun to be able to stand up to a wider looking target, open up the shoulders, and just give this one a rip. I told you she could move it out there. That is a long ways down the fairway at 15. Surely, Jungmin was watching carefully. You have to think Shinso was almost an identical line. That's the best try that we've seen from that spot on the green. And she looks like the ball was safe, just in the penalty area. Good break, staying dry. It's a pretty horrid lie though. Danger of dropping another shot in this opening round, Minji. Good, just wanders off a touch low. Hasn't lost her turn at the par 3, this now for par. What a brilliant putt by this. It was okay. Should definitely be sticking a mark on that. That bogey putt's got not a break from the left. Shinso. Should think this is a fairly elementary tidy up for her 4 at 14. Okay, Minbill after that great tee shot. The play is sponsored by the HITE JINRO Corporation, so this is big week for her. Always want to play well in your sponsors event. Just a little too high, Kim. Looking year 2 seasons ago on the KLPGA Tour. Playoff losses into her best finishes on the circuit, still seeking that first victory. On. But will also move from right to left, but not as much as Kim's. Just didn't hit it with enough pace, plain and simple. Golden chance for birdie goes a-begging for Yewon at 16. And 7, just waiting back on that raised tee box. There hasn't been too much breeze blowing about the golf course this opening round. This tee shot playing a little easier than it has been in the past. Like it, leaning like she's lost that one right. Pitches on the fringe, but it's a pretty steep bank. It should stay out of the water though for Kim Min Sun 7. Now, Sung Yoo-jin just birdied 15th. She got another one here on 17. Drifts that left. Lost her card on the LPGA Tour at the end of 2024, so now back playing full-time on the KLPGA. Park Hyun-kyung had a good finish to the Hana Financial Group Championship last week, a 67 on Saturday, into a top 10. That's an excellent tee shot right underneath the hole. Almost in the exact spot that Year 1 putted from. Hopefully she was paying attention. We go back to the par 5 18th. And birdie putt for Go Ji-won to end her day at level par. Yes, lost it a little low. So 73 to start her championship at Blue Heron. On for the second time. This back nine has missed a fairway left, and it looks like she might have some tree trouble here on 14. Direct line at the hole, so just has to chop this one back out towards the middle of the fairway. Try and find an up and down for about 100 yards. Songhui also coming out of the left rough, but no tree to bother last year's Korea Women's Open champion. So judge this lie. Is it going to come up dead or jumping? It sounded like it came out a little slow. Gets a nice kick off the front fringe and rolls up into a pretty good spot. Lee Dong-eun, that huge tee shot at 15. There's a 7-iron to the green. A slight downslope, so expect this ball to release once it pitches on the putting surface. Dug its heels in a bit quicker than she would have hoped, but still, a solid shot. Dion's third at the 14th. So give yourself a look from around 20 feet. Take your chances with a putter. Needed at least a club more. That's a poor tactical decision from Lee Dayon. Didn't sound like there was anything wrong with the strike, but struggling for par here. His last week's winner. It's the opening round of the fourth and final major of the season, and Park Do-young leads by 1 after a lovely round of 67 this morning. Chinsil now on the tee at 15. Give this one a good-sized rip. She's at 3 under par.
Shot.
Around and come to a stop very nicely just underneath the hole. Park and kill. And what this putt does, you just got to hit it with enough pace. Good look. Quite capitalized. #91 on 15 for Lee Dong-eun. Dion. Par at 14 after some misadventures off the tee. Not for the first time today. I've seen a player sit in that exact spot. Yejun, 15th. Trying to get into a share of second with Roh Seung-hui. Terrific line, just didn't quite have the legs. For a share of the lead, Roh Seung-hui has played every single event on tour this year. Raised 1.1 billion Korean won in the process. Bested Lee Daeyeon in a playoff at the Heaven Masters for her lone victory in 2025. Yun Ina. So putt for par at 15. A tough day for her. Can't afford to drop any more shots in this opening round. She will. Jump just over the back of the green at 18. Just trying to bump this one into the fringe. Let it skip on. White carried as far as she needed to. So another player who's in need of a good par saving putt and down in the 60s tomorrow. Trying to get back into the title picture for the fourth and final major of the 2025 season. For her part. Nicely holed out. Daeyeon to drop just one. Oh no. Oh, that's just rolled outside the circle of friendship. She's making a mighty mess of this 14th hole. This 15th green sits slightly above the level of the fairway, but players know there's the penalty area to the right of the green. Big old water fountain that comes up and out of it. You just know where that Sunday hole location is going to be packed right. Tempting the players to try and get one close. Hong Jung-min much smarter than that, great tactician. line is just to the right edge of the TV tower. Give yourself a putt from about 20, 30 feet. It'd be a solid shot. Home hole. And then birdie finish. Joe, 15. Starting on a slightly more aggressive line. Gets it all the way into the back corner of the green. Should stay on the surface. Yep, it does. You can expect this ball to have a little chase on it as it hits the green. Another step out of rough for Shinsil. Pretty guesswork whether that ball's going to react soft or fast. Life for rough, but again, it's one of those holes where it's just a demanding test, and players aren't going to be complaining if they make fours all week long here on 15. Start of the segment of the golf course known as Heron's Beak. Testing, closing 4-hole stretch. That Blue Heron that our eventual champion will have to negotiate come Championship Sunday. Really nicely controlled wedge shot for the middle of the fairway. So here a good look from underneath the hole at a par-saving putt. It still won't go. Around in level par 72. It's so here. Seventeenth. Looks like Kim Min Byul trying to save her par at the par 4. Oh, another short miss for Kim. That putter's in most of her problems in 2025. Just not very good and efficient on the greens. Back on the 15th tee, the final group of the day. Oh Seong-hui. Just has to hit the fairway. We know she's a very good operator, much like a Park Hyun-kyung with the fairway woods and hybrids. Jong for her par at the last. Little left at the cut. Pretty sloppy opening round. In Jong sees her back at 4 over par. Gonna have an early tee time tomorrow when we do the redraw. 5 bogeys in a row to end her day. That one's gonna hurt. She finished 4th at the Korean Women's Open a few years ago as an amateur. Hwang Hyo-min starts her week with a 73. But the approach on 15 leaves Hong Jung-min this almost 50-foot putt for birdie. That is pretty tentative with the pace. On 18, excuse me, with a beautiful shot, dancing that one round the pin. Higaya herself at even par at the moment on the money list, picking up her victory earlier this season for the 3rd career title. Should go in, yes it does. Listen for the fans. A little muted today, the Gayong fan club. They're rather boisterous in their support of her. Attention how slow that putt was for Hong Jung-min. Much better bit of pace control for Bang Chun-sil. Excellent mag putt. Issue here for Yu Hyun-jo is this putt will be moving gently downhill all the way. She'll have to account for a little bit of movement from left to right. Just optically, putting down towards the penalty area, you know it's downhill. Easy for this to come up a little shy, so you've got to be committed to good speed here. That looks pretty positive. That looks really positive. Good try. Fabulous little mid-flight skipping spinner for Sung Yoo-jin in the 18th. A fitting way for her to cap off a solid opening round. Round in 71. Good start to the week for Sung Yoo-jin. A couple of birdies in her last 4 holes. On this scary 16th tee. Not scary if you can do that. Excellent tee shot from Park Hye-jun. Jumping in for her par. Okay, really made some good par-saving putts on this back nine. One on 15 to the list. No breeze to speak of. Shot 16 is a little simpler, but still got to put a good swing on it. Nice stable club face in. this parkage. You've probably got to take a little off it. Okay. Solid shot. Recommend to start this one outside the right edge. It's to move left. Too much speed on that for Yu Joe. It's clumsy, really clumsy. The KB Financial Group Star Champions. She'll drop one at 15 up to Ina on 16, hoping for a flurry of birdies to end her day. Topped up the hybrid game of Rose Champagny. We'll see if she can prove my point here on a slight downhill line. From a little left, trying to hit some kind of mid-flighted cut into the back portion of this green. Start left, I don't think it's cutting. Should get a little help off that shoulder. Alright, nothing wrong with that, but just a long putt for birdie. Decision here from this left rough. Depending on the lie, I've seen players lay it up in the past. Remember last year, good CG from the middle of the fairway. Laying it up. He had 90 yards on that occasion with the lead. Lindell looks like she's going to give this one a go. It's worked out very nicely there for Kim. She said it's a little extra pressure. Sponsors tournament, but despite that bogey in the last, it's been a pretty solid opening round for Bill. Yeah, well, thicker looking line, but a couple of yards closer. That's the problem. Can't get any sort of spin coming from the thick stuff. Back to Kim Min Sun 7, sizing up this left to righter for birdie on the penultimate hole. have slowed up a little bit. So this 25-footer's got to be hit confidently. It's a good positive putt. Always had a chance. Other players, you know, she's going to need some round in the mid-60s to get back in the title picture. Park Min-ji is one of those players, 2 over par after that drop shot on 16th. Third to lead last now, only player in this group to be hitting her third from the fairway. She'll take full advantage. Stunning shot, almost flew that in the cup, Park Min-ji. It'll be a nice way to end a bit of a ho-hum day. Target, which is the 16th green from up ahead. And safely found it as this right to left swinger for her birdie. Got a chance, just a little high. Get a little hold up on this back nine. Heron. Back on the tee to see if KLPGA can capitalize on that excellent tee shot. Chance for Park. Bill and moving a little to her right. For alongside Rosia Hui. Confidently stroked. Nice 2 there for Hyejin. Very good. Tidy around the greens. Doesn't overcomplicate chip shots. Just a little plop and run from this spot. Simple as you'd like. It's going to be a solid opening day for year 1. Tidy stuff. Bogey free. 71. So inside the top 10. You know, this is going to be a bit of a slow putt for Rosia Hui. Let's see if she can figure that one out. First third of this putt will be moving from left to right. Outside of 60, almost 70 feet from this point. Oh, she's hit that with some good pace. That range, it's not bad. Hyun Kyung ahead on 17, having just missed a great birdie chance from shorter than this on the 16th. Fortunately, another putt just defies her will at 17. Good size roar if this one goes in for Kim Min-byul. Yes, nice way to end the day for Kim. Round in 69. And for birdies, made 5 of them in her opening round. Good foundation on which to build her challenge this week at the HITE JINRO Championship. Well, the green Down ahead is clear, so Bang Chun-sil steps up to the tee. Should think this is the 7-iron for her. Flagstick. Will certainly take advantage of the soft conditions this opening round. Park Min-ji should roll this one in for a 73. Safely deposited for Park. He's in with back 9 after that rough outward half of 39. Jumping seems to have a very neutral ball flight at the time. Please. Not too much curvature of the ball one way or the other. Safely on the dance floor. Now to the closing par 5. And Park Hye-jun finds herself in a share of second at 4 under. Jun's birdie on 16 moves her alongside Ro Seung-hui, who's got a par putt to come on 15. They're all chasing Park Do-young on Thursday at Blue Heron. Seventeenth's got an outside opportunity for birdie. 16th. Shy with her pace on the last couple of occasions. And it's the case there at 16. They don't have to sweat too much on that par putt. Nice check of just under 98 million won last week. Third. Pass on John into second on the running list. 20 million won behind Ro Seung-hui and Shin-sil after that tee shot. Sometimes players get a little antsy over start at right edge or outside right edge and try and die it in. See which option Shin-sil takes here. Never committed. Nowhere near it positively enough. Graduated Bebong High School. Was it 3 years ago? Now finds herself five-time winner of the KLPGA Tour. Regularly contending. Of course, there's the small matter of the over $750,000 she's already pocketed this season. Certainly make a pretty penny over on the domestic ladies tour in South Korea. It's the 3 though for Bang. Players left to tackle 16th hole. This opening round. Fifteenth to remain 4 under. Top, a little snatchy, but still find the green. Park Hye-jun, another player at 4 under on the golf course, but her second to the 17th, pin cut on the left-hand side of the green for the opening round. She's got wedge. Straight at it. Unlucky, that ball didn't grab quite as quick as she was hoping. Still had a birdie putt. Many reasons to smile in the last couple of weeks for Park Hye-jun. Daeyeon finds herself back at even after that clumsy double bogey back on the 14th. Become the first player to win back-to-back titles in 2025. Excellent tee shot for R3. Lead on that thick looking lie on the 17th. See how firm the screen is. So definitely has to land it short of the pin. Particularly at that height. to where Hyojin's ball is. Difficult return to Blue Heron for the defending champion, Kim Soo-ji. Back at 6 over par. Well, that is Ben cleaning on inside the top 100. Just about finds the right edge of the green, pin high. It's the Autumn Queen, because she tends to play her best golf just past summer in South Korea. Some of the victories coming in the later half of the year. Hasn't been the case in 2025 though. Shinsa quickly down for the tee at 18. Doesn't need to watch that. 17, excuse me. Comfortably finds the middle of the fairway. Missed the cut last week and missed it with plenty of shots to spare, but thankfully back to a position she is far more comfortable with. Inside the top 5 on the leaderboard. Not quite as long as Bang Shin-sil, but she'll take anything coming into the green from the fairway here at the 17th. To 18, Kim Min-sun 7, just from the first cut. Should be able to put a decent amount of spin on this. Wonderfully controlled. Great distance judgment on Kim Min-sun 7. Going to be a slow one for Park Hye-jun back on the 17th green. Love to end the day with a birdie. Give yourself a good chance. And the fairway will give her maximum control over this approach. Just didn't quite throw it far enough up the green, but still a reasonable look. One of the KLPGA Championship. See Lee Dong-eun is paying attention to Hyojin's park. She's certainly looking a little further left. Mighty fine effort from E. High-quality leaderboard through the opening round of the 25th HITE JINRO Championship. Park Do-young enjoying a slender one-shot advantage over Lotte Open champion Park Hye-jun and reigning Heaven Masters champion Ro Seong-hui into the closing stages of this opening round at Blue Heron. negotiated the tee shot at the 17th safely, and she's got the best angle in coming from the right side of this fairway to this left hole location. Turn a little 9-iron in towards the target. And coming from the fairway, gets that one to toss out an anchor nicely. Good shot from you. Back to the par 3, 16th, and Oh Seong Hui for her birdie. This is a fairly slow putt. Seen a number of players come up short already. Scorecard of Oh Seong Hui, no damage whatsoever. Jungmin doesn't generate quite as much spin as some of her peers on tour, so has to land this a little shorter. Like the contact, but she'll love the result. A happy accident there for the KLPGA Championship winner. So as long as she gets a good clean strike on this, dig its heels in pretty quick. Three excellent approaches into the 17th from the penultimate group. Three great birdie looks to come. Dion to try and recover the situation a little. That misstep on the 14th is for birdie at 16. Didn't hit it, just did not hit it. Hyun Kyung at the last, trying to post around with level par. This time for Bart. Good friend, Park Min Ji, is going to start her campaign with 1 over par, 73. Well, that leaves her just inside the top 30 though, so lots of golf to be played this week. Shinsil. Nestled just up against the collar of the fringe, so it makes a clean strike a little bit more challenging. All in all, once she does make contact with it, I don't think there's too much break in it. Maybe just a hair from right to left. So close out with a birdie. Never doing that enough. Bit of a poor effort after a really nice wedge shot. 74. Putt that works uphill, and another putt she's got to be a little bit more aggressive speed-wise with. Certainly hit that positively. It was a much better effort, even though she's still not going to find a birdie there. At least it had a chance. Across to the 18th tee, and Lee Dong-eun tight little shot. Tall pine trees really framing the fairway beautifully on 18. Two playing partners just missing out on birdie putts. See if Yu Hyun Jo can get one to drop here on 17. Just moves a little to her right the last couple of feet. Yep. Well read and nicely rolled. Fighting away is Yu Hyun Jo. Birdie there on 17. Quickly to 18, and Park Hyun Jun just trying to mosey this one through the trees. Looking live at this 18th, but it's not enough contact. But just carry this onto the front third and have it release the rest of the way. That's a good height on that. It's not really quicker than she would have liked, but still, it's well done. Straight off the straight and narrow at 17, and it's not a particularly good looking lie for the money list leader. He's got to be smart with this shot. He's going to take a direct line of that hole, because if the rough, the longer grass starts to wrap around the hosel of the club and shut the club face down, this pin left is not ideal. So I expect this halfway between the flag and the TV tower to the widest portion of the green. Even if you come up a little short there, not a difficult up and down. The right thing there. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Not this early in the championship anyway. Very tight looking layup for his face. This closing par 5. A lot of balls just pulled into the left rough. That's nicely handled. Into the right rough, but she's playing away from the trouble, I should say. This layup could be a little scarier. Support, I think, gets that back into the fairway. Negotiated. One of the headline acts this week. Last to go will be Lee Dong-eun trying to follow her two playing partners into that layup area. It's on the left side. Left and left. Told that one, it looks like. Goodness me, that's by the scoreboard. Seems a little problematic. Give you where that one's ended up for Lee Dong-eun as we go up to the green, and Lee Ga-young end her day on a positive note, this for birdie. Comes up a little shy, but she'll take great pride. Nice opening round of 71. Leave her inside the top 10. Left edge of the fairway, but enjoys working the ball from right to left. Certainly got plenty of spin on that. Conceal in the deep ahead, just has to contend with that little seam of the fringe a little. Back to 18 green, and a birdie putt for big sister OGU. Two co-sisters, winners on the KLPGA Tour. OGU unable to get that one to drop. I'm in 71, like Iga Young. This using the far left edge of the tee box. Only a 3-wood is Young Joe. I mean, the ball has to be within the teeing ground. You can be standing outside of it, so she's really trying to maximize her angle to aim down that right side of the fairway. Done. So employing a little hybrid off the tee. No sense of hitting driver here, not reachable in two. This par 5 18th. Further up the hole is where we find HITE Jin set to play her third. 14 plays closer to 120 with the elevation. There's nothing wrong with that shot. Middle of the green. Very solid start to the week. And first 3 rounds last week at the Financial Week Championship before poor Sunday 75. Left her sharing third with Joe. Ina. Her second start KLPGA Tour this season. His trip back resulted in a third place finish at the Jeju Sanbasu Masters, won by OG1. Strike wasn't quite as solid. Able to get the spin she was looking for to hold it near that pin. So we front edge of the green on 17 can just play a very straightforward little chip and run from this point. Left on that bone for Seung Hui. Good break, the ball clattered out of the trees and spat down to this point, but an awkward stance, ball well below her feet, and she's read the lie and judged it very nicely. Idai on 17 for her birdie. This putt should go a little from right to left. It's pretty flat, so she can attack it. attack it. She does. Oh dear. You hate to see that. The ball end up on the back side of the cup. It's infuriating, this game of golf. That little tap in counts as one stroke. That's just a 300-yard drive. Laid well back off the tee with 3 wood. And Joe, this one cutting towards the right-hand side, but stays out of the penalty areas. Pretty skinny fairways at Blue Heron. None more so. Tee shot that players have to face on this 18th. I mean, look at it, it's just a ribbon. Shinsil just poking that one down the fairway with a long iron. No troubles there for Bung. Driver off the tee. 2 playing partners going with 3 wood in a hybrid. Jungmin just keeps that on the left edge of the right edge of the fairway. This one, it's got quite a bit of fringe to deal with first before this ball gets onto the much smoother putting green. She's handled that really nicely. Excellent touch there from Yun. Despite an early birdie, swinging now with a bit of work to do tomorrow morning. Back to 17 and Seung Hui for her par. Little klutzy. Just shows he missed the fairway off the tee. Run into some problems. Now Park Hye-jun for a birdie on the closing hole. Can't get that one to drop. Chance to day in style here. Oh, beautiful. Got lucky with the second shot and the bounce. Capitalizes. Great closing birdie and a solid start to her week. A 200 par 70, seeking a second major of the season. Seung Hui and Park Hye-jun did get to within a shot of Park Do-young, but drop shots on 17 leave both of them at 3 under now. Park enjoying a 2-shot cushion. Hye-jun just got to keep the concentration over this little par-saving putt at the last. Solid 69 to start her campaign at the HITE JINRO. So, not going to waste any time here. Slight uphill rise, so this looks like a bit of an upshooter. She can afford to throw it a little bit further up into the green. It's going to be coming in at a much more vertical angle, so it stops quicker. Fabulously done by Hung Chin-sil. Pretty poor lie from Yu Hyun-jo. Very much like OGU earlier on. Had a hard shot, just kind of enough acceleration through the rough to have this come out. Contact sounded pretty good. And that should chase on. Lovely shot. Very patient today. Sticks one in close here. Take it 4 under like Chin-sil. Looked a little lazy through the ball, Hong Jung-min. Not her finest effort with a wedge. Picturesque final hole here at stunning Blue Heron, resplendent in autumn sunshine. It's a number of good scores. Opening round at the HITE JINRO Championship. Park Young leading for 67. A lot of big names in South Korean women's golf, hot on her heels, including Roh Seung-hui, who finds herself back on the tee at 3 under. A different player since her victory at Leaderboard, KLPGA Championship. Hong Jung-min plays with so much more confidence and great amount of belief that she does deserve to be contending week in, week out. And the putter's just gone a little cold on this back 9 for Hong. She will become the fifth player, post 69. Her second major victory of the season. That would certainly put her front and center in the race to be player of the year. In fact, all 3 major championship winners already this season in the mix, including this lady, Yu Hyun-jo. One of those putts later on in the day when you know the greens have slowed up a little bit, just hard to trust. Another break that extra break that you need to allow from left to right, or you can take a similar line that you would, say, first thing in the morning, just hit it with a little bit more speed. But this would get her in alongside Dongan at 2 under. Certainly hit with conviction, just a little unlucky. Under par opening round for Yu Hyun-jo to lie in the share of 10th. As the final group is sizing up their layups. And the last, it should be Seung-hui first to go. Spinning out of that tee shot. Ball sat down the rough as well, so this one definitely will have to favor the left-hand side. Solid strike there. It's going to pounding up the fairway nicely. Back in position is Seung-hui. Up here on the green, Bang Shin-sil. Trying to get it to 4 under par. Straight through the break. Boy, she's had some good looks in this back nine and hasn't really been able to capitalize. Still early in the week though. As for Suji, but Clubhouse couldn't come fast enough. Been a really tough day for the Autumn Queen. And now 6 players posting 69s. Bang Shin-sil's effort, bogey free though. Start to her championship. Daeyeon, seeing that right rough there, slightly better looking lie than Seung-hui. Messing about with the penalty area right at all.
이제 또 마지막 끝인데 어디 한번 뛰어볼까? Suji's huge record in the second half of season. It's been a bit of a strange one this year. He's only played 18 events this year, Suji. And missed 3 cuts. Got
have 7 top 10s, but no top 3s. Going to fight for a best outing and solo 4th at the Aurora World Ladies Championship at the beginning of August. Skipped the Financial Group Championship last week after missing the cut at the KD Financial Group Star Championship to start September. So maybe a little ring rust, poor form, leading to a tough opening round for Kim. Maybe a chance to soothe some of the struggles this Thursday. Some hope. 7-way tie for second place right now at 3 under. She could break that deadlock with a well-struck approach at this closing hole. Okay, pretty good. Just her 19th start of the season. Last week in Chungna, moving her up 7 spots on the money list into 7th place with 692 million won banked. Just tickling over to the back fringe.
今回優勝した、感想としてはすごく嬉しいです、優勝できると思ってなかったので、ドリームツアーの日本人の優勝は多分初めてだと聞いているので、私もすごく嬉しいです。
Looked like Dion and Caddy perhaps trying to signal a referee here, maybe trying to get the knee from that drainage cover. Might be affecting her stance. Again, you feel it should be a fairly straightforward ruling if it is affecting your stance. Nearest point of relief, 1 club length. No need to call the referee all the time. She's not the quickest player on the KLPGA Tour. the sort of little things that don't help slow play. So she's entitled, of course, to call for a referee, but in elementary situations, you'd love to see players just handle it among themselves. But good on her to say, right, Suji, Seung-hui, you guys go ahead and hit your putts first while the referee comes to sort this out. So Seung-hui to try and get back to 4 under, this for birdie. Good effort. It's going to be a staggering 7 players in with 69s in this opening round. Park Do-young all alone, 2 clear at 5 under. Start to the week though for the money list leader, Roh Seung-hui. There we go. Nearest point of relief. 1 club length. No nearer the hole, of course. Take a drop. Knee high. Food drop. Get set to play 4. That ball is now in play. Dion, ready to go. Because it's a bit of a good break. Doesn't need to chip it now. The ball's only a couple of inches off the edge of the green. Can putt it, work down here and just slide a little from left to right. Still find it remarkable that we haven't had a player in back-to-back, we're on back-to-back weeks this season on the KLPGA Tour. International crowd as well in the YouTube comment stream. He was watching from Canada and even great United States of America. It's 3 o'clock in the morning there right now. See if Dion can entertain you with a closing birdie here at the last. Just a little high. Suji, at least, and a difficult day with a closing birdie. In the year 12 months ago, it's got a mountain to climb if she wants to be around for weekend action at the 25th HITE JINRO Championship. Okay, at least she ends with a 4. Nice birdie on the last, Kim Soo-ji. Her lone birdie in her round of 77. past of this championship. I don't think the players are going to be complaining about that too much. It's freezing when year one. After the trophy 2 years ago, en route to Player of the Year honours for the first time in her young career. For a par in the closing hole. Par 72 today. That double bogey on the 14th. Really going to stick. So that's 144 players completed. The opening round of the HITE JINRO Championship. Looking forward to excellent golf all throughout this week as we reflect on the best from Thursday. There were some good scores. Park Do-young wielding that broomstick putter to perfection. Birdie on the back nine, and my goodness, what a birdie bonanza she put on. 4 in her first 5, added another there on 17, and then this on 18, taking her to the turn in 5 under par 31. The back nine, or the front nine, excuse me, and Roh Seung-hui, last year's Korea Women's Open champion, getting her day off to a very solid start. Par in the opening hole and a birdie there at the second. Wouldn't have to wait long for another. This would come at the third. Second on the points list, leader of the money list, Roh Seung-hui. Dream start Thursday at the HITE JINRO. And on the third, the championship leader would falter. Did pick up a birdie at the second, taking it to 6 under, but dropped it back to 5 with a little bogey there on the third. At the 7th, Kim Min-pyo bogeyed the second, birdied the 5th, and then this long-range beauty taking her the right side of par for the first time this week. At the 5th, Roh Seung-hui was already 2 under at this point, went flag hunting with her favorite hybrid there at the par 3. Delicately judged birdie putt there on the 10th for Hwang Min-jung, who took it to 2 under after going out in 35. Who's battling not only for her major title, but also to try and keep her playing rights for 2026. At the 6th hole, there was another little stumble from Park Do-young, her 3rd bogey of the day, and her lead turned into just the slimmest of margins at 4 under. Beautiful downhill par 3 11th saw its fair share of birdies today. Hwang Min-jung, one of them. Back-to-back birdies to start her inward half. She would go on to make it 3 in a row with this putt on the 12th. Also finding a 3 at the 12th. There's a certain Kim Min Byul. To play the 11th the hard way, but it was a 2 nonetheless. Park here, Jim. There's a little sloppy passage of play at the 12 for the points leader, Lee Hyun-jo. Pretty much the entirety of the hole in the rough. That would lead to a bogey. Not so much the case for Ro Seung-hui though. Found a little bonus here. Slippery one down the hill, finding the jar, taking her back to 4 under par. Putter was heating up on the backside, a lovely birdie there on 14. Lee Dae-yeon, victor last week in a brilliant playoff with Min-ji Lee. Went flag hunting there at the 13th. She would run into some problems a hole later. Poor tee shot forcing her to lay up. Chipped out sideways, didn't play the best of third shots, and then this clumsy 3-putt from the front fringe, leading to a very expensive double bogey. Problems for Joe as well. Closing hole. Min Byul would end her day nicely with a birdie there. One of 7 rounds posted, matching 69th. On the signature hole, the par 3 16th. Soft greens and calm conditions really allowing the players to be nice and aggressive, but Bang Shin Sil couldn't capitalize on that excellent approach. Ro Seung-hui would stumble late in her round, costly bogey there. 17. She still had a chance to take it 4 under. Couldn't get that one to drop on the last. Now it proved to be a very popular score in the opening round. A bogey-free effort though for a 3-time winner on tour this year. One final chance for the player to take it to 4 under, but Seung-hui's putt staying just wide. So a congested first page of the leaderboard as we head into Friday. The HITE JINRO Championship. Seung-hui seeking a second major, trying to pad her lead atop the money list. But it's Park Do-young who leads as the curtain falls in the opening round here at Blue Heron. It's certainly been a great opening day. Looking forward to more of the same tomorrow. Hopefully you can join us then. Thanks for sticking around with us this Thursday afternoon. Have a lovely evening, and we'll see you tomorrow on the KLPGA Tour. Bye-bye for now.